We have just received the most interesting update we have gotten of 2024. Copenhagen is here, it's big, and it's also without stickers. I mean, what the heck is going on, Valve? This is absolutely insane, unprecedented things, and we've got a lot to break down. First up here, we're talking about what we do know. We do know that there are some leaked stickers in the files, and they look like this. Now, obviously, this looks very heavily towards a Borderless sticker, and I'm not going to play devil's advocate. I think they are Borderless stickers, but the truth is, it is also very possible that we could see something like this, and then they went ahead and plaster it on a background, so I don't want to fully rule that out. Today we're going to be breaking down what happens if they're borderless, what happens if they're bordered, and everything you need to know about Copenhagen. Let's hop on into it. Skin Swap is today's sponsor, and they're also sponsoring you with a free bonus for signing up with the first link in the description. They're the premier place for CSGO and Rust skins, with a massive trading site and a top-of-the-line marketplace, offering you the most competitive rates out there and a massive 40% bonus when you're using that link in the description. Combine that with their top-of-the-line selling feature with many payout options, and their trading feature legitimately taking you just about a minute, and there's no reason not to sign up with that first link in the description. Now, talking about the viewer pass, you've got two different options for your viewer pass. You got your normal at $10 and you've got your advanced at $18. Now, which one should you be going for? It depends on what you're trying to do. The truth is, it's impossible to profit off of the viewer pass alone, but if you want to go ahead and save yourself a buck because you're going to be buying souvenir packages, go with the one that's $18. Theoretically, you're saving yourself a buck here if you were to buy those three, because that would come out to $9 and a $19 value for that pass. Now, talking about souvenir tokens, it's actually not too important because we don't have any matches, we don't know anything that's going on, but we actually have something very interesting. That's with the graffitis right here. If you click on it, you're going to be seeing 24 borderless graffitis. Now, you might be wondering yourself, it doesn't really matter, it's graffitis. I want you to look back at the past majors, see exactly what happens with those graffitis, and you're going to see one big thing. They all have bordered. They were bordered stickers, bordered graffitis. This is a very strong possibility that we're going to be seeing borderless stickers if it has not been confirmed already by the time you're watching this video. And as much as I want to sit here and play devil's advocate of a bordered sticker, the odds just look more and more slim, honestly. It's nearly impossible for anyone to argue that they're going to be bordered at this point other than just pure faith in Valve, which I don't think anyone really has. Now let's talk about the Copenhagen sticker capsules, or rather the lack thereof. I mean, we talked about this in the beginning. It's absolutely insane, and it makes me so upset that Valve is so lazy. Obviously, they did not do enough on the back end for us to actually have sticker capsules here, which is so disappointing for a franchise, a game, $1 billion market. We're looking at a $3 billion market cap for this game, and it's absolutely insane we cannot pull through with the stickers just 3 days before the major is actually set to start. What have you been working on? I would really love to know, and I hope it's an operation. But getting into the deep stuff, the market impacts of a borderless sticker are completely unprecedented. I want to look back at what happened with Paris. What did we see with Paris for Stockholm and Antwerp? We saw a 70% drop. Now, obviously, there is a couple factors that play into the 70% drop. First up, look 2 months before. We saw the CS2 release. We saw these investments go absolutely ballistic. We're not going to see another 70% drop. That would be absolutely impossible. These capsules would be down below the 25-cent price point they were sitting at originally. It's not possible. It's all due to the fact that we saw a major run-up in price, and that's the reason that they couldn't sustain that. They just saw too quick of an increase, and then the collapse of Paris coming out. The truth is, we are almost guaranteed to see a lot of fear enter into this area with borderless stickers. We're going to see Paris, Antwerp, and Stockholm all be in a position of limbo because it's going to be up to investors to determine if they're worth buying, if they're worth keeping, or are they going to completely ditch them for Copenhagen stickers. In my honest opinion, we are going to see a collapse of a lot of the quick investments that people were trying to make, specifically Paris. Unfortunately for Paris, as much as I love it, it is now in a short-term doomed position. It's just unfortunate how it played out, but the truth is there is no amount of investors that are going to be able to stop the FOMO that has just been pumped into the market. We're going to see these things decrease rather quickly. It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, this is a long-term investment. Obviously, short-term, we wish we had some profit. It's not going to happen here. I can guarantee you that, because these capsules are dropping, and they're going to be dropping quickly as more and more people find out about this news. Now, I do want to sit here and actually entertain the idea that they could be bordered, just because we do need to cover all of our bases. It's a very unlikely possibility, at least at this point, but it is a possibility. And therefore, if we do see bordered stickers, we're going to see, surprise, surprise, a run-up in price. But it's actually not going to be very significant in my personal opinion. We're probably going to see Paris go to maybe 30 cents at maximum. The truth is, the supply on Paris is just way too massive. If we're talking about Stockholm and Antwerp, they didn't really see too much of a movement from Rio coming out with a border. We can see potentially 30% increases there. The truth is, they have so much more to lose than they have to gain from something like this, and it's just really unfortunate that this is how it's playing out. Now, what should you specifically do right now? It's got a couple different categories. If you're looking to sell, unfortunately, I think that boat has pretty much sailed away. You're now looking at like a life raft rather than the cruise ship you were looking at beforehand. You're not going to be making a clean getaway. You're going to be getting pretty torn up by a lot of lower prices, and therefore I don't think it's actually worth it for most people to try and sell their investments, especially if we're talking Stockholm and Antwerp. We know they have a very solid foundation. Paris, a little bit of a different story. Obviously, we're not 100% sure where Paris is going to lie just because it's the most supplied item in the entire game. There is so much uncertainty around that one, but Stockholm and Antwerp, you know what you're dealing with. I wouldn't personally sell, especially considering some of the people are saying the leaks, if potentially we don't have a full sticker release by the time you're watching this video, don't even look that good, and there's actually potential for other stickers we don't fully know. Honestly, I don't think selling is going to be in your best interest, and if you're looking to sell, usually it's something you do immediately when the update drops, and a lot of people take advantage of that, and therefore we see lower prices afterwards. I just don't think it's in your best interest. Now, should you go ahead and start buying up some items? Honestly, it's a very dependent question on you. What are you looking to invest into? Obviously, now Paris is theoretically a better investment than Copenhagen. As stupid as that sounds to say, we know Copenhagen is theoretically almost guaranteed to be more supplied than Paris, especially considering we're going to have so many more people into the game. I don't necessarily know where any of them are going to line up, and it's very unfortunate because if you had that information, you could be making a butt ton of money. I would honestly just personally avoid Paris in the current moment just because there's so much uncertainty. I don't think if you're going to buy, Paris is going to be the best bang for your buck. I would look at Antwerp in my personal opinion. Antwerp is that perfect middle ground of having some good stickers, having a good application rate, but at the end of the day, we know exactly what Antwerp is going to do. We know the supply on it, and theoretically, it's going to be in a much safer position than some of these other ones. If you're looking to buy, Stockholm and Antwerp are going to be my go-to. Paris is really on the edge, and obviously Copenhagen, we don't even know what the stickers are going to look like yet, but making an investment into Copenhagen, I would just suggest you look at Paris and see what's everything is going on there. Now, an update like this is actually extremely good for CS2 investing outside of the sticker market. Now, obviously, you're very focused in on the sticker market right now. It's obviously why you clicked on this video, because you're looking at your investments and you're seeing they're probably going to be going down a decent amount. But the truth is, if you've got investments, you've diversified, you made smart decisions, you've got a very high potential to make a decent amount of profit because of this update. If we want to talk about cases, cases are in a very prime position because if we want to look at them, they haven't really been doing anything over the past month. If we want to talk about rare cases specifically, rare cases right now are in a very prime position to have an explosion in growth. That's because if we see a lot of people coming in for this brand new CS2 major, they're going to be wanting to unbox things. They're going to be looking at cases and capsules, and obviously people are going to unbox cases. We can look at rare cases, make it up about 40% of those cases that are actually unboxed, and when we look at unboxing numbers, we're looking at 30-ish million in the past month. Combine that with the fact that the supply is always decreasing for these cases, and they're in a prime position to make a ton of money as long as they just go ahead and keep on doing what they're doing. The truth is, this is why diversification is so important, because the sticker market right now is in absolute shambles, but the case market is in Profitville. I don't even know what to call it because the potential is so strong inside of this area. Cases are the future of investing. They have been the future of investing, and this is really good news for one area and really bad news for another. I've got 3 important tips for you to remember. First up, always make your decisions based off data. It's hard to lose when you're actually using numbers to back things up. Second of all, if you're going to go ahead and quick sell, make sure you're doing it for a smart reason and not a fear reason. And third, always take your profit when it's available. You never know when the opportunity is going to fade away like it is potentially did for Stockholm, Antwerp, Paris. It's gone for the short term here, and you always got to make sure you have some money so you can make new investments. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day.